My name is Sam Otten, and with me is Jason Book, writer and artist of meandhimcomic.tumblr.com. Hey Jason, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Sam. How are you?
I'm not too bad. In this video, we're going to be talking about Justice League issue 46, which is written by Jeff Johns. We've got art this time by Francis Manapul, so we're still waiting a little bit for Fabok to come back. I think he might be back on the next issue, but Manapul's coming in, bringing his style and some of his coloring type of thing to it. We've got the next part here of the Darkseid War. So what'd you make of this issue, Jason?
Well, I like parts of it. It was cool seeing the big battle with some of the bad guys, Wonder Woman in there a little bit. And I did enjoy seeing more of Mr. Miracle, and the appearance of Big Barda was always cool, being an old Kirby fan. But, you know, moments of it, as I was saying before we started recording, it's like there's so many characters going on in this that, you know, sometimes they don't each get individually a chance to shine. So I'm looking forward to see where it's going, but I kind of still feel like these couple of chapters are kind of something to tide us over till we get back to what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought this one would kind of really launch forward again. So we had the one-shots that were kind of, you know, taking a sidestep with each of the main characters that were becoming these kind of versions of new gods. And I thought this one was really going to launch us, you know, and push things forward again. But like you said, it again felt like it's like, oh no, we're still putting things in place, and it's not really ramped up yet. I think for the next issue, it might start to get ramped up. But I feel like it's going to take something pretty good and pretty big to get the momentum back, because the first like 3, even 4 issues of this had really good momentum, and they had things going in a really great way, and the art was really good. And now it's been like 2 to 3 months where I feel like they've kind of stalled out. And there's been some good stuff, and the one-shots were okay, but that forward thrust has been kind of lost.
Yes. I totally agree.
Yeah, this one, the art looked good. It had some cool panels where I'm like, oh, that could almost be like a poster. Like, there's some nice stuff with Wonder Woman. But it didn't serve the story as well as I think Faybox does. Like, Faybox just has this action where it's like, wow, I'm like watching a movie and it all looks really good and it's all going forward. And Manapul has more of a stylized type of approach to it.
Yeah, like Faybox reminds me of the old like DC crossovers like Crisis and stuff. There's so much going on in its detailed style that it really has affected the way it comes across now, kind of going off to the side. So as I said to you once before, I wouldn't be surprised if when this is all collected, even if these are in there, it might feel a little tighter if we just went from where we left off with his art to where he eventually comes back.
Yeah. Now, I did really like the Big Barda stuff. So she made a big entrance, and she had some good scenes there. She had the interactions with Mr. Miracle, but then also taking down some guys. So some good stuff there. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Kirby, man, like the guy's been gone for a while and stuff, but his creations are so original, and it's always cool to see someone with their own art style drawing some of those classic characters.
Yeah, it was cool. We had Metron going through the kind of Fortress of Shazam type thing, and so he's, I think, going to be a player. But again, it's one of those things where, like, okay, Metron was inched forward slightly, but it seems like it's just to remind us that he's there, and nothing really happened yet with him, but it maybe will in the next issue.
Totally, right? And then even inching things along slower, I think, because if Fabok isn't back in the next issue, it seems like we're going to have like a big throwdown between the negative Superman and Wonder Woman now, too. Because that could take a big chunk out of timeline in the story anyways.
Yeah. So we do have the gods, and including negative version of Superman, who were off in their one-shots, are now arriving on the scene. So that might have some good dynamics and sparks fly in next issue. We were criticizing the Green Lantern design because, like, in some of the frames he looks just like Batman, which is kind of confusing.
Totally weird. I mean, they could have at least colored it like really solidly green or something, you know?
Yeah. And then we have the anti-life equation, and Grail has it now. So again, all of this seems to be part of sort of Grail and her mother's overarching plan, and now they have the anti-life equation, which probably was a big part of their plan, and they've achieved that now. But we'll have to see how that plays out in the next issue. Yeah,
like, so we're at part 6 right now, right? It feels like we're farther along than that, you know? I think there's something to be said for a tight kind of, I know this isn't a crossover, but it has that feel where you're getting characters from all over different DC comics. You know, tighten it up a little bit, you cut out some of the fat of some of these issues, and you get a much better, like, concise, big action, epic blockbuster like a movie, right? And hopefully we get back on track soon, I think.
Yeah, they're calling it Darkseid Part 3 is coming up really
Wow.
soon. So I think
Mm,
that one maybe is going to be the kind of crescendo.
mm,
Um, what's happening with Darkseid, what's going to happen with the Anti-Monitor, and now what's Grail going to do with the Anti-Life. So, I mean, I'm
right.
still intrigued. I'm still pulled forward on it, but the really strong start has kind of petered a little bit, but I think it could still redeem itself.
Yeah, and I'm still confused too. Is Luthor dark side now, or what's happening? Because we got like one
Luthor's
panel of that.
Yeah, Luthor's the god of apocalypse, so he
Right.
did have a one shot, and so he
Yeah.
did have the Omega effect like come into him,
Right.
and he has some of those powers, but he's immortal and he's having a little bit of trouble wielding them, so he's
Right.
kind of a wild card.
Interesting.
And Darkseid's body is still just laying there, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess we'll see what happens next. But man, yeah, it seems like it's kind of like a detour off to the side of what was happening before all this.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'll really be able to judge it based on the next issue. Because if the next issue still seems like it's off to the side, or if Metron doesn't
Yeah.
have something to do, or if Grail doesn't kind of reveal what her plan is, then I'm going to get a little frustrated. But to this point, I'm still okay to go forward with it.
Yeah, overall, it's still, like an interesting read and, well put together overall.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with me about it, and we'll look forward to the next one.
All right, sounds good.